too? Oh, I can't. I'm apparently not pressed. So, as you can see, the only people that can actually work with the cops is the corporate media. So what we need to do is stop going to movies and stop watching the TV shows, because as the corporate media, which works with the police, becomes less popular, they become less effective. So them being back there doesn't mean anything. And they also uphold the system of policing, this police state, white supremacy. As you can see,
individualize this personal orders and identify and send down their way.
Any idea as to how many officers were involved in how long it took for everybody to get processed?
Well, I suppose everybody was processed here within about an hour or so. I don't know how many officers we have here. I know we have a few hundred officers working tonight assigned to this particular event, but I don't know exactly.
Any idea as to how many people were processed?
There were a few dozen people that we detained, and of that, I think we took one for battery on a police officer, 2 for the warrants, and 1 for the other charge.
what are your legal rights if the order is not audible? I'm sorry, they were issued an individual order to disperse. What is the legal right to that? Don't you have to issue an audible order for the entire crowd before you detain them?
Yes, well, an audible order is exactly what they did out of the vehicle, the soundtrack that we had. If somebody couldn't hear the soundtrack from 10 or 20 feet away, then
most people are reporting that they never heard an order. And I'm sorry, ma'am, if you could just wait a second.
We have it all on video, thanks.
You have it on
Yes,
video, and some of the people were on the sidewalk. Is that within your rights to issue an order if people are on the sidewalk?
The people we detained were detained because they were walking in the street. We didn't detain people for walking on the sidewalk. But I appreciate your concern. Let me answer some other folks' questions for a minute.
So that's the corporate media. Here we go.
Yes.
Total people, just so I can.
Sure.
First CBS figures.
One person was arrested for battery on a police officer. That person shoved one of our Metropolitan Division officers. 2 people were arrested because they have warrants, which is an order from a judge to appear in court. And a total of 5 people were arrested for 2800 of the vehicle code, 2800 of the vehicle code, which is basically disobeying the direction of a traffic officer. So a total of 8.
One for assaulting a police officer.
Correct. Misdemeanor assault on a police officer. The officer was not injured. That individual is going to jail for battery on a police officer.
I'm sorry, but 2 police officers carried me by my arm. I'm sorry.
Injured. He shoved the police officer.
Correct.
Oh wow, she asked that question and magically knew. How do you know? Look at that face.
just
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
a lot.
being
Have a great day.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have a question right here,
Have a
sir?
great day.
Remember that face.
Tactics that you're gonna bring in order for this not to happen, you know? Because there's a lot of people here trying to speak out without having all this bullshit happen, and I feel that you have the power to actually make it so we can work together. And if people want to state their words and people want to march, you should let them march, and you know, just keep it like together, you know, like instead of you guys coming out here fighting, pushing people, like you guys should make it so that we can work together and actually do something for the community so it doesn't get all messed up and people still get to talk about it. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, sir, but does somebody's you didn't hear anything you said, my G. From somebody else's
You don't
right
care.
to drive down the road?
What do you think
You still
about
have
that?
a constitutional right to protest lawfully.
I do know that, sir.
So you never answered my question.
Notice how he ignored you? You don't give a fuck.
When you get to enter a roadway and block other people's,
Sir, you never
have a freedom from going back and forth.
just
the answer
really-
for you is we facilitate those kinds of marches every day here in Los
Just-
Angeles. We meet with people, we facilitate marches every day.
And where is this?
We support all over downtown, down in Leimert Park, all over the place. We facilitate
But
free speech and we encourage free
each
speech all the time.
protest, someone
Let me
has
talk to my
gotten
man from
arrested.
KTLA.
Just to be
first.
correct,
Yes, please, thank you very much.
LAPD directed people to the street. When did you undirect people to the street? No, we have. That's not true. I'm sorry, I have you on the record. That's not true because I documented the whole thing. LAPD did not direct people to the street with their motorcycles and bodies.
The LAPD directed people to get off the street multiple times. They refused to comply with that.
At
What
any
they
point
did on
did
Alvarado
LAPD
here-
direct people onto the
Not
street?
that I saw, but
yes,
I
they
wasn't
did.
there.
We have it documented.
Anything else? Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Notice how he said, "Let me talk to my friend from KTLA." Pay attention,
That's
people.
why riots happen. You know that, right? Imperialism in 2014. That's what's going on. It's capitalism.
Yup, capitalism is the crisis.
Any credentialed media here?
Credentialed media. Look, they're
Somebody
pointing them
please.
out. This is the media. These are the people. These are the people creating white supremacy in our culture. Remember their faces. In the Nuremberg trials, people were held accountable, including the media.
Credential?
Must have an LA. What about the people? What about our Constitution? Not you. He's saying he's not him. He's saying not him. Even though it's our constitutional right. They want an LAPD credential. You must be working with the police in order to be in media. So this is a slow erosion of our rights. Despite the Constitution, that the Constitution gives us a freedom of press, you must now have permission from the police to be considered media.
No, they should answer our question. We pay their salary.
I know we pay their salary, but these people actually
check, a lot of money comes out of my check.
But you see them, they work for corporations that funnel money into these people. So they're actually complacent in this. And if anything, the mainstream media directs more of this than these pigs ever do. So I mean, they're more accountable to this than these cops. This is their army. They protect Hollywood. That's why I'm saying remember their faces. Know who's creating fascism. It's the mainstream media. These are just their poor foot soldiers right here. That's why you remember those faces and that face and that face. Let's put our chat on and see what the viewers have to say. You're live on the internet.
They say Officer Little should be an underwear model.
Thumbs up for Little.
These people you call white people are probably mixed. I'm mixed, but my skin looks pretty white, and these cops generally are a lot more hesitant to arrest me. So it doesn't matter what I'm mixed with, I still have white privilege. So if I'm calling someone white, it's just because they appear